welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. Welcome here to table 6 at the Penventon restaurant in Redruth. Tonight we're going to talk about a really important subject, particularly important to Cornwall, and it's about older workers and how we can encourage more older workers to remain in work past the traditional retirement age, which is a particular issue here in Cornwall. So the first thing I want us to think about is that we know that 1 in 4 people in working age are 50 plus, and that's only set to increase in the next few years. In Cornwall we have about 20% of working age people that are currently economically inactive, but we do know that many older workers suffer from health conditions that may prevent them from working. What do you think Cornwall can do to help employers sort of help to keep those people in work and recruit those people?
I think the challenge is getting the right job for the person, the right sort of work for them to do, because musculoskeletal problems, back pain, neck pain, osteoarthritis in the knee, extremely common in people. 1 in 4 adults have these problems, increasing as they get older, and so they're not cut out really to do physical heavy work long term. So it's how do we find work which is more suitable for them, or how is it adapted around what they can do?
Yeah. And how do you think employers could do more? Do you think they know how to do that, bearing in mind we have a number of small businesses, particularly in Cornwall?
I think there's many challenges, but bringing some flexibility into the way an employer might think about their business and how that might suit the needs of individuals. I think there's many ways, particularly with the advent of technology and the opportunity that that brings to enable people to work more flexibly and from different locations. Obviously different sectors will have different needs, but I do think there's something about us adopting a bit more of a creative approach to addressing some of the issues that people do face. And I think one of the challenges for employers, particularly some of our smaller employers, is the access to that information and the help and support that they could get to maybe think through some of those options.
So, good evening everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We're going to start off with a little salad from Vietnam tonight, okay? Poached chicken, lovely crisp vegetables, mint, coriander, finished off with a little Thai basil. And the seasoning is a season your own salad. So there's got a little bit of sour, some sweet, a little bit of heat in there. Not too hot though, these are finger chilies, so they're not Thai chilies. So I've left it quite mild for you. So season it as much as you like. Okay, enjoy.
Thank you.
Monsieur, good evening.
Good evening.
So for your dish, which is extremely complex between the spiciness, the sourness, I decided to go for one which is actually medium dry. It's a Vouvray appellation, which is from the Loire Valley. The grape variety is typical from there, which is called Chenin Blanc. It's actually a demi-sec, which means medium dry. So you're going to find a tiny touch of sweetness, which is going to bring a lot of complexity within the wine. You'll find as well a hint of honeysuckle kind of character, a lot of nuts. A lovely acidity at the end of on the palate, which makes the wine extremely complex. Madam, would you like to have a taste of it?
Oh yes, please. Thank you.
I'd like to hear you describe it now, Jane, as well. Following that.
Please no. Delicious. Thank you. How's everybody enjoying the starter?
Really
It's delicious,
tasty,
isn't it? They're really nice.
It's going to be
Really.
hard to concentrate on the conversation.
Yeah. We have riveting conversation, Tim, so don't worry.
We'll try. Yeah.
So we've talked quite a bit about employers and how employers could think about supporting older people to stay in work. But obviously this has a wider impact, and Cornwall has got devolution, and we're thinking about restricted budgets at the moment and how we have to make sure that we have good value for money out of the resources that we do have. What do you think the role of sort of local government, central government, and also the health bodies in the county, what do you think their role in this is in terms of supporting people, older workers or people of working age that are older, 50 plus, to either get into work or remain in work?
I think setting an example is one. I think it's really important that those organisations walk the talk, if you like, because quite often, you know, we forget how innovative people can be about addressing their own solutions.
Absolutely.
And you know, Tim, you experience that all the time with the work you do, don't you?
I think what you've said, first of all, flexibility. If people are retiring, to go from 5 days a week to nothing overnight is a shock. And whether business can accept for them maybe a slower move away from, so 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, and have it structured in that respect. And also linked to the local organisations to actually encourage volunteering, to get out into the community, to feel part of that community. Because I believe that these people retiring have got a lifetime of knowledge and skills that could help communities. So if they're in management positions, if they're builders or whatever, they could still help their...
Charities are crying out for
Absolutely.
volunteers.
And there's no link from retiring to going to those communities, and I think maybe that's the time to bring them.
No, I agree. Enabling the person to have a bit more control over their life and reducing their time, still contributing from their knowledge through mentorship of apprenticeships and things like that, but then developing their volunteering roles and caring roles, I think, are very important. And I'm involved in various charities, and with it, both husbands and wives working, there's been a drop-off on people available to help with the voluntary sector, and in a way it's a real opportunity. Because also I think we're going to find that the system cannot provide all the services that we would like, and there will be more needs for the voluntary sector to be more proactive.
Okay, for our main course this evening, we're going to Sri Lanka. For this one, I've chosen two curries this time because I couldn't choose. They're both my favourite, so I've given you both of them. You've got a beautiful cashew nut and green bean curry, very mild green chilli in there. It's quite creamy, lots of coconut milk, finished with coriander. We've got a beautiful beetroot curry, okay? A little bit of cashmere chilli in there, okay? But again, not too hot. Cashmere is more pronounced for its kind of like depth of flavour than its heat, okay? Simply served, a bit of steamed basmati rice, a bit of Thai basil.
So as usual, the chef made it extremely difficult for me. So he went for two different curries. So for the coconut curry and cashew, we're going to stick to the same wine because of the sweetness of the dish and the sweetness of the wine. I think the match and the balance is going to be absolutely perfect. For the beetroot curry, which is very concentrated, very juicy in terms of character. I mean, it's a beautiful dish. We're going to go for Pinot Noir, so something which is very delicate. You're going to find some tannin which are almost velvety. It's a very juicy style of red wine as well, but full of finesse. In terms of flavor, you will find some black cherry, plummy farmhouse flavor, a lot of concentration, but on the finesse kind of side. Okay, Madam, do you like to try it?
And where is it from?
Oh, sorry, that's from New Zealand, Waipara, which is the North Island, the bottom of the North Island. So it's quite sunny. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've talked quite a bit again about the employers. We've talked about what government's role and everything, but what about the role of the individual in this? We know that people's lifestyles, for example, means that we're seeing the onset of chronic diseases a lot sooner, but people are living for longer. And the main reasons that people exit the workplace are around musculoskeletal disorders and also sort of mental health issues. So what do you think the individual can do themselves to, if they're an older worker who potentially is out of work, what do you think they could do to make themselves more employable, really?
I think they do need to invest in their own health, but they need to know what to do. I think people are keen to do things which are good for them, but it's how and what. And particularly with musculoskeletal problems, if you get back pain, your instinct is to not do things because it hurts. And we need to reassure people that yes, they can keep mobile and active even if they do have those things, providing obviously it doesn't make it a lot worse, and give them some guidance. And so I think we need to perhaps, particularly considering older people, slightly more tailored messages rather than not just go off and go running and go and do this, but more realistic things tailored around what they can and can't do.
There's an awful lot of mixed messages out there, aren't there, in terms of the media pick up on a certain thing, and you know, people I think are generally confused about what is good for them.
I know, and we need to demedicalise a lot of these common problems. Unfortunately, the system tends to encourage people to medicalise. The advertisements are offering magic cures for this problem or that problem, and it's more really trying to get people to know what to do for themselves. And you know, we live in a lovely area. Get people to use the facilities. You know, physical activity is good, walking, and now we've moved away from saying that only exercise is good, and really saying that any physical activity is good.
Yeah.
And therefore, just do what you can do, and just encourage people to do it. And I think the workplace needs to actually not just put a poster up saying, do exercise, but actually facilitate it.
Okay, just to finish you off, now I've gone from a light dessert on this occasion. This one's from India. Okay, so we've been around quite a bit, all around the world on this one. It is a beautiful Rodder's double cream, which I've infused with saffron and rose water. On the top, you've got pure 18 karat gold, pistachio nuts, saffron, and another hint of rose water just to finish it off. Okay, enjoy.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
We've had a really interesting discussion this evening, and quite broad in terms of its sort of context, and we've discussed a lot of sort of thoughts and solutions. So I just want to really go around the table and just get one thing from each of you. If you could prioritise what would be the first thing that you would do, what would you say? And Tim, if you'd like to start us off.
If I focus on where businesses are concerned, is the valuing their workforce. The older people, the people with health issues, they are a resource. They've got loads of skills and knowledge that shouldn't be thrown away with ill health or with age. They can be recycled and put back in different roles, different training, and actually help maybe a retirement ship to gradually put them into a healthy older life.
Okay, thank you. Charlotte?
I think it's all about information, raising awareness on all levels, from individuals right through to organisations and businesses, and very importantly the involvement of people in that, because quite often we miss out the common sense approaches because we're trying to make things or think we're dealing with complex information when really we need to take it down to a much more simple level.
Yeah, okay. Tony?
I agree. I think it's very important that we help people help themselves and give individuals the capability to know what to do. The employers have to give that right environment, but the healthcare system also has to support people and recognise that it's good for people to do what they want to do, need to do, and work is a key part of that. And how do we give them the right sort of advice and make work a clinical outcome, and really encourage people with the right advice which enables them to do stuff. So it's about enabling people and not letting the system disable people.
Yeah. And I think to conclude all of that together, I think it's about bringing all the key stakeholders together in our local area in Cornwall, where we have great collaboration and great partnership working already, and bringing employment services, health services, businesses together, and actually looking at some of the issues that face our older population in Cornwall, and think about some of the solutions and perhaps take on board some of the suggestions that we've had around the table tonight. I want to thank you for such a great conversation this evening. Thank the Penventon Hotel for some absolutely fabulous food and some wine, and well, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.